Bulgarian-American relations, first formally established in 1903, have moved from missionary activity and American support for Bulgarian independence in the late 19th century to the growth of trade and commerce in the early 20th century, to reluctant hostility during World War I and open war and bombardment in World War II, to ideological confrontation during the Cold War, to partnership with the United States in the North Atlantic Treaty Organization and growing political, military and economic ties in the beginning of the 21st century. According to the 2012 U.S. Global Leadership Report, 32% of Bulgarians approve of U.S. leadership, with 16% disapproving and 52% uncertain. The first contact between Americans and Bulgarians in the early 19th century was through American books and American missionaries. The first American literature to be translated into Bulgarian was Benjamin Franklin's introduction to Poor Rickard's Almanac, The Way to Wealth, in 1837. In 1839, a Protestant religious society, the American Board of Commissioners for Foreign Missions, sent the first Protestant missionaries to the Ottoman Empire, where the Ottoman government had given them permission to preach to the Christian population. One of these missionaries, Elias Riggs, learned Bulgarian and published the first guide to Bulgarian grammar for foreigners in 1843. By the end of the 1850s, American missionaries had printed and distributed a version of the Bible in the Bulgarian vernacular. Charles Morse published a full textbook of Bulgarian grammar in 1860 and compiled the first Bulgarian-English dictionary. In 1860, the first American school was founded in Plovdiv by missionaries from the Congregational Church. Besides Bible instruction, it taught mathematics, chemistry, physics, and the English language. In 1863, a school for young women was opened in Stara Zagora. The two schools merged and moved to Samarkand in 1869. The American School of Samarkand offered an American-style education, taught in English to the Bulgarians. Robert College, a branch of the State University of New York, also played an important part in educating the new Bulgarian elite. It opened its campus in Istanbul in 1863, teaching mathematics, natural history, economics, logic, political history, international law, philosophy, and the English language. By 1868, half the student body were Bulgarians. 3 future prime ministers of Bulgaria, Konstantin Stoilov, Todor Ivanchev, and Ivan Evstratiev, studied there. American missionaries also founded the newspaper Zornitsa, which published for 76 years, with articles on science, history, and the theory and practice of Western democracy. The model of the American Republic was frequently discussed by Bulgarian intelligentsia as one model for an independent Bulgaria. The Protestant missionaries had limited success in Bulgaria. Their work was opposed by the Bulgarian Orthodox Church and by many leaders of the Bulgarian National Liberation Movement, who did not want to see Bulgaria divided by religion. But the schools and newspapers founded by the missionaries contributed to the Bulgarian national awakening, and the American missionaries who returned to the United States often became unofficial diplomats for Bulgaria. In April 1876, a group of Bulgarian nationalists led an uprising against Ottoman rule in the area in different parts of the country. The uprising was badly planned, equipped and led, and failed. It was followed by savage reprisals and massacres carried out by Turkish regular and irregular soldiers. Bulgarian students at Robert College in Istanbul brought the stories of the massacres to the attention of Dr. Albert Long and the acting president of Robert College Drive, George Washburn, who wrote letters to the Istanbul correspondent of the London Daily News, Edwin Pears. On June the 23rd, Pears wrote the first article about the Bulgarian horrors. The article led to inquiries in Parliament, and Prime Minister Benjamin Disraeli called for a formal investigation.